To Israel now, where with tens of thousands demonstrating on the streets, the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu finally offered a concession of sorts over his controversial judicial reforms. There will be, he announced, a delay in the hope, he said, of avoiding civil war. Enough tonight for unions to call off their general strike, but protesters still want the overhaul scrapped entirely.
Even in a country with such a turbulent history, the internal strife now engulfing Israel is unprecedented. Today, 100,000 protesters made it to the government's front door, laying siege to Israel's parliament. They were demanding that the Prime Minister scrap plans to weaken the Supreme Court so it can no longer overrule laws passed by the government.
Since the day and hour it was sworn in, the most right-wing and religious government in Israel's history has set about becoming the most powerful one as well. And as it has dawned on secular Israelis exactly what the consequences of unrestrained governance might be, these protests have grown and become more frequent.
These people predict that the judicial changes would turn Israel into a dictatorship like Iran or North Korea.
They're trying to limit the rights of women, of LGBT community, declining equality, anti-Arab, you name it.
Bibi don't want to go to the jail, so he just try to do whatever he can to escape.
This evening, Bibi, as he's known here, gave some ground, going on television to announce a delay in the judicial reforms. It's a partial climb down. Earlier, the pressure on Mr Netanyahu built as all government workers were told by their union to strike, which among other things halted departures from the main airport. But the most important state employees to act during this crisis are pilots in an elite squadron who refused to continue to train, saying they wouldn't defend a dictatorship. By the weekend, so many other military personnel had followed suit, the defense minister warned that Israel's security was at risk, so the government should back down. Mr Netanyahu then sacked the defence minister, angering further a protest movement that has forced him to postpone his reforms, but probably won't be satisfied until he's scrapped his plans completely. John Irvine, News at 10, Jerusalem.